Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. As you can see, I'm pretty pumped up for today's Dallas Cowboys game. Dallas at Philadelphia. The Eagles are 7-1, or actually, I think they're 6-1. I think the Cowboys are 5-2. Absolutely biggest game of the year, national. It's going to be huge. I'm a little nervous, right? The Cowboys have not fared so well against really good teams. We know what happened when they played the 49ers last month. So, okay, I am super pumped. 4:30 today. So I'm going to do a quick one before that game here. So Donald Trump, as far as we know, has never read a book in his life. There's no evidence whatsoever that he's ever read a book in his entire life, right? 77-year-old man. So I did kind of a deep dive, like first of all, how do you know? Are you with him 24/7? All of this. Um, Basically, this comes from people who have interacted with him, who know him well. The guy doesn't read. And plus, he has some sort of learning disability. I've done a couple of videos on this. So here's another thing. If you go back to interviews at the 80s and 90s, late 80s and 90s, when he's kind of getting big there. Remember, he bought the New Jersey Generals. That thing folded. Everything Donald Trump touches turns to shit, as we know. That was a joke. The New Jersey Generals, remember? Herschel Walker, that whole thing. But anyway, there was an interview. What was the name of that show? It was on C-SPAN. Was it C-SPAN? Or maybe it was CNN, like Crossfire, one of those shows. And after the interviewer would ask, like, what do you read? What is your favorite book? All of this. Now, Donald Trump does not read. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And he just kind of detract, like go into something else because the guy's never read a book in his life. He doesn't have a favorite book. And then you see a couple of months later, you read into it, his people were saying, it doesn't look good that you're like supposed to be this real estate mogul, like this big deal billionaire or whatever, and you've never read a book in your life. Like what? And they told him, hey, here's one. All Quiet on the Western Front. I'll put that in the comment section. So the next time someone asked him, like, hey, what is your favorite book? He goes, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's so funny. You could tell it's all bullshit. Kind of like Deuteronomy too, right? I don't know. What was it? The Deuteronomy? I don't know. He butchered the scripture and all that. So I'm going to show you a clip here from the David Pakman Show. On Fridays, he takes calls and then he gets emails. They're hilarious. He reads the funniest ones, usually from right wingers. And this guy was offended by, because we all know Trump has never read a book in his life. And I'm going to show you this clip. And by the way, I've done the same thing too. I used to be more active, like on Facebook, not so much Twitter, but all the other social media sites. And for whatever reason, that touches a nerve. Donald Trump has never read a book in his life. But watch this from Pakman. It's so funny.
One of the best presidents in history, referring to Trump. He couldn't have become the millionaire, billionaire he is if he was ignorant or never read a book. You don't know what you're talking about. So, first of all, you can become a millionaire or a billionaire without reading a book. Trust me. I know many, not billionaires, but I know many millionaires who don't read any books.
Same here.
So your instinct there is wrong, sir or ma'am. But more importantly, the reason Trump became a billionaire is he started as a millionaire thanks to his dad's money.
There you go.
Mathematically, you can look at if Trump had just dumped the money into the S&P 500, he'd also be doing incredibly well, including actually by some calculations better than he is doing. So this
100%.
Notion that because you've secured a net worth of $1 million or $1 billion, you must be reading books. Getting a whole bunch of money from daddy is actually a much better way, I would argue statistically, than reading books. You could be reading bad books also. Who knows?
Pretty funny stuff. Yeah, David Pakman is the GOAT. No question about it. Okay, like and subscribe if you like. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace.